Yeah? Go up this way. Okay.
So finish visit to the Shangqing and you go that way, go to the
Okay.
Laojun.
Okay.
And we just wait here.
Okay. So we're at Laojun Pavilion by the cable car. And I'm gonna go up to the summit. They'll wait for me here. So I'm here. And I have to go up here. I think I can walk through the pavilion up that way. This is Qingcheng Palace, Jin Dynasty. Okay. Okay, I hurry.
Do you want to take a picture?
You want to take a picture for you here?
It's okay. I run.
Oh, you
Yeah.
don't need to run. You just
Okay.
Go that way.
Okay. 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 I thought it was kind of weird the whole way we did this mountain. I guess the idea was to save money by going in the back way, which didn't work out. But instead of taking the cable car up and hiking down, which is usually much quicker, we kind of did the opposite. Hiked up and then running out of time, it's like 3 o'clock. And they're nice, they want to take me over to see the irrigation scheme, Dujiangyan, but I don't like it when I go somewhere and I'm like, oh, there's a summit. And then it's like, oh, there's no time. It's like, take me 20 minutes instead of feeling like I'd like to go back there another time to see the summit. Then you have to take like a whole other day. Especially when we kind of farted around in the morning. She took about 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get coffee at KFC this morning. And I thought, then we went the wrong way a little while driving. So you kind of end up, it's nice to do things with locals, I love it, but then I do sometimes get annoyed if the schedule's like we didn't start up the mountain until after 1 o'clock. And they're nice, they paid for everything. They insisted. Wouldn't take any of my money, but and then I try to tell them, well, we have to go back to the car, which is rather out of the way. So if you guys want to do that and I'll go up and meet you at the main entrance, which you have to drive right by, that would solve the problem of time. Because by the time they get down, get back to the car, and get to the main entrance, I'll be sitting there waiting. But I guess that makes them nervous to split up. Whew. And now I'm kind of backtracking to go up to the summit because we passed close enough to this pavilion. I don't know that any of those girls have ever done it. They said that they've been here a couple dozen times, but that this is new. Whew. So we're here. Couple more halls. Whew. It's January 21st today. Pretty cold. Cradle of eco-civilization. But yeah, it's kind of like I kept asking him like the whole car ride. I must have brought it up a half dozen times. And the one girl speaks English very well because she studied in college in the United States. And I was like, so we'll take the cable car up, right, and hike back down? And they're like, huh? I'm like, well, it's already going to be, kind of late when we get there, and you guys want to take me to the other place too, so I think probably we'll be pressed for time if we don't do that. But I think they had it in their mind to save the entrance fee, because the one girl's house is where we actually parked, her parents' summer house. But then it ended up, I don't know if they had to pay admission. They only gave us one ticket when we came in, so they may have just charged me. I wouldn't have minded paying. Kind of makes me feel uncomfortable when I go somewhere and like, if someone wants to take you for a special kind of food and they're just going to buy a small plate of food that they insist you try, I think that's normal, they treat. But they took me to Hot Pot last night, and I think they're all getting together anyway, but still, I'm sure it was pretty expensive. Now, Qingcheng, transition between the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau and the Chengdu Plain. Bum bum bum, Chinese yew, ginkgo, dove tree, katsura tree, snow lotus. Put my mask back on now that I caught my breath. That's the other thing, the pollution's been really bad. And the reason there's no view right now is the pollution. So that's another reason not to make yourself huff and puff by hiking up the way we did. It's like really bad. I've been here less than a week and I already changed my mask once because it was black. And most Chinese, I notice, don't wear the right kind of mask. They wear one that is like stylish, but it doesn't do anything. I know, because that's what I saw everybody wearing when I first came to Shanghai a couple years ago. And I went into a drugstore and bought one, and it had these little filters that you would put in the mask, and the only part of the mask that got dirty was the inside where my face rubbed against the filter. And then if you go on the American Embassy website, they tell you to buy this kind. That after a week, if you even wear it half the time you're outside, just half the time you're outside after a week in Beijing or a big city, like even now Chengdu, it will be gray. It'll go from white to gray, dark gray. Laojun, located at the peak of Mount Qingcheng, also called Pengju Peak of Gaotai Mountain. Huyang at the summit. Newly built because the old one was destroyed in the 2008 earthquake, which was a 5.1 on the Richter scale. Woo! See, this is why I wanted to come up. It's like you hike all this way, even though it's not the best day for a view. You want to see this, you want to come up here and be like, well, it wasn't the best view, but I was 15 minutes from there. That's why sometimes I hang out with people and I feel bad. I want to be social. I totally want to be social. But if you're not the one in the driver's seat, earlier on in the day, you do things like stop for coffee, stop for breakfast, stop for food. Before you get to, once we got to the mountain, we stopped for food. And then you're saying, oh, we'll skip the actual summit because we don't have 15 minutes. Well, so I hope they don't think it was rude that I was like, I really want to go up there. Because, you know, did fly around the world. I don't know when I'll be back. But they were nice. They were like, you don't have to run. You can't go up the pagoda, I guess, huh?